Hi, I'm Stephen Neal. I'm a system support analyst for Electricity North West. I've worked here for 2 years. I'm based at Frederick Road in Salford. My role contributes to Electricity North West by providing the systems where our operational colleagues can inform our customers of when their electricity will be back on within a certain time frame. I undertook the energy persona test because I have quite a lot of experience in the energy saving industry, and I wanted to just test my knowledge was up to date. And also if there's any tips that I could pick up that I could implement to help me to reduce my energy saving. I think the biggest challenge in the energy industry at this moment in time is the amount of renewable technologies that have been implemented. Also the increase in electric cars that will be coming in the future. And I think as Electricity North West, as a leading distribution network operator, needs to be able to match that demand for the future. I think it's important Electricity North West supports the challenges to the industry with regards to energy consumption. Due to the regulatory period, we are obviously targeted with reducing people and matching demand for the network. And I think the actual greater demand on the network, that potential vehicles, electric vehicles, extra renewable technologies will increase on the network, is that we provide value for money back to the customers. The energy saving measures that I currently implement I have loft insulation and cavity boiler insulation installed. I only heat rooms required by using thermostatic radiator valves. I only use a certain amount of water in the kettle that is required. I only turn lights on in rooms when required. And I also have smart meters installed as well. I would like to implement in the next 5 years, if possible, I'd like to implement an air source heat pump into my property. The reason for that is that it's a renewable technology. It also reduces my energy consumption as opposed to using more gas. Energy saving is important because we cut down on carbon emissions to the environment, so less pollution to the environment. It also helps reduce our energy bills as well, and the more people that can implement, it means that we're using less natural resources. It's important for the British public to reduce their energy consumption now because climate change will affect everybody within their lives at some point. By reducing their energy consumption, it helps protect the environment, reduces carbon dioxide emissions, and I think it's time that people just take on these energy saving tips by doing their little bit to help do this. The advice that I could give to colleagues or the public thinking about reducing energy consumption would be to obviously implement energy saving tips where we can all make a difference, and the advice it would be quite simple. It could be only filling the kettle to the amount of water required, or only taking a shower as opposed to a bath when required, only using thermostats to heat certain rooms within your house, and I think it's really important that we can all do our bit to help the environment. I have decided to share my journey through the Switched On campaign due to the fact that I have experience within the energy saving industry, and I think my experience that I can pass on tips to colleagues, friends and family alike to start reducing their energy consumption. Although the tips may be quite small, they're really easy to implement, and I think it's sharing best practice with people that may not be so familiar with these tips, and just be like a champion for engagement within reducing energy consumption right across Electricity North West operating areas.